Hello and welcome to Verbling. I'm Teacher Ryan back here with you for the next hour as we have our Weird News of the World class. And this is a reading and pronunciation class most of all. Going to try to give everybody a chance to do a little bit of reading. We'll learn some new vocabulary. Sometimes when we're reading paragraphs, there are different idioms and things that come up, and we can talk about those and see how we can use them in our day-to-day English conversation. So it's so nice to see some students here right away this morning. And let's see who we've got. Our first student is Mauro. Hello, Mauro.
Good morning, teacher. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
Well, I've been better. I have a problem with my air conditioner this morning. Here in Spain, it's very, very hot. We have 39, 38 degrees. Well,
Wow.
well,
I understand why your air conditioner is so important.
yeah. It's like a life. Well, I hope it's gonna be alright. Well, by the way, I'm waiting for the technician.
Okay, so if he shows up during the class, I imagine you're going to let him in.
Yeah.
For sure.
But it's my
Okay.
first class with you, and I hope I can improve my English through your advice, your piece of advices. Okay?
Okay, well, I'll do my best. It's really nice to have you in the class. I'm always pleased to meet some new students, so welcome.
Thank you very much.
And let's say hello to Eva. How are you today?
Hi, nice to meet you. Thanks, I'm so good today. And this is my this is also a first class with you. For me.
Okay. I'm feeling the pressure. I have to make this a good class. I have so many new students.
Yeah, and I think so. Them is very interesting, and I'm curious for this lesson.
Okay, very good. Now, where are you from, Eva?
I'm from Germany, but I'm Hungarian. But I live in Germany.
Okay. Are you in Germany for school or for work?
I try to work. My boyfriend work here, so we live now here.
Okay. Very nice.
I just
Very
do
good.
some project in Germany, but I work to home to Hungary also, so it's a little bit complicated.
Okay. And is it difficult for you to be away from your family? How have you been handling that?
Not so difficult because we can Skype every week, and we can meet every 3 months because we go to home and they come here. So I think so it's not a problem.
Okay, very good. Well, it's nice to have you with us, Eva. Welcome to the class.
Thank you very much.
And next we can say hello to Elisa. Hello.
Hi. I think also for me it's the first lesson with you. So
Yeah. Great. Welcome. Welcome. Where are you from?
I'm from Italy, near Florence.
Very good. Now we just found out from Mauro that he is boiling in Spain. Is it really hot where you live too?
No, today no, it's not so warm. It's I think 25 Celsius degree.
Okay, that's
I
not
don't
too
know
bad.
in Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's not too bad. And I'm at home, so it's colder inside.
Okay, yeah, very good. So what about you, Elisa? Are you a student? Are you learning English at school?
Yes. Yes. I'm a student. I spent 1 year in London, and I want to try to enter in the UCL next year, and so I need to pass an exam to enter the university.
Okay, very good. Well, nice to have you with us. Welcome.
Okay, thank you.
And we can say hello to Juan. Hello, Juan.
Hello.
How's it going today?
Yeah, I'm from Spain, so I am agree with Mauro. It's really hot today here.
Okay, but your air conditioner is working.
Yeah, yes, hopefully yes. I'm from Alicante. I think it's one of the hottest region in Spain, and it's maybe today 35, 36 degrees.
Okay, wow. So I'm here in the Dominican Republic, and let me check here. It's okay. It's morning. It's early morning, 7 a.m., and it's 29 degrees so far today.
Wow.
So it's gonna get hot,
Yes.
but maybe
So-
not quite as hot as you.
So it's also my first class with you.
Okay, this is fantastic. I'm so happy to have all these new students with me today. So welcome, Juan. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
And we can say hello to Ismael.
Hello, teacher.
How's it
morning.
going?
I am doing well, thank you.
Very good. Ismael, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am Ismail. I am connecting from Turkey. I am a simulator specialist about aviation.
Okay, very good. Nice to have you here with us. Now, I think you've been in my classes before, though, right?
Yes, I was several times in your classes.
Okay, very good. Nice to have you back. Welcome.
Thank you.
And then we have Paco. Hello, Paco.
Hello, teacher. Good morning.
How's it going today?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. And why don't you tell a little bit about yourself to the class?
Uh-huh. Well, my name is Paco. I'm 57. I'm pre-retired. I'm not working now, and I live in Spain, in Malaga, in the south of Spain. I don't know how much. What else to say?
Okay, well, that's a good start.
Mhm.
3 people now from Spain, and you're all boiling hot. It's hot in Malaga, too?
Yes, it's today at this time we have about 30 degrees.
Okay, okay, it's
30.
getting up there.
Yes, I've been
Very
playing
good.
tennis an hour ago, and it was too hot.
Okay, so
It was
you've
too hot.
you've got to cool down now. Have some English classes. Just sit quietly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Work out.
fantastic. Welcome back. Nice to have you with us again.
Thank you.
And Vincenzo, how are you today?
Fine, teacher. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. It took me a while to get woken up this morning, but now I'm finally with it. My
But
eyes are.
I think it's good for your health. No? No?
It's good for my health.
Yes, for your health.
Okay,
It's very
yeah,
good. Walking is very good, no? For
walking is good.
yes. How many
So-
how long have you walked?
Me?
Yes, 1 hour walking or
Oh no, I didn't walk yet today. That's coming later.
okay.
It'll be really hot though.
Mm.
So, everybody, it's great to be here. Nice to have you with us. And as you know, today's theme is weird news, where we're going to read together some articles. But I thought we could start with a warm-up question. And this is a hypothetical situation. Now, maybe somebody can tell us, do you know what that means? If something is hypothetical, what does that mean?
Hypothetical. Sorry. Please, Vincenzo, please.
No. I was thinking that about a hypothetical. It's a kind of thinking about the fact, but it's not sure that it is the solution. Not that it's fit for displaying the right explanation for that fact. Yes. It's
Okay.
one idea of where things are going to happen, or yes, about the nature of something, but there could be another explanation also. Yes.
Okay, you're on the right track, Vincenzo. Ismael, did you have something you would add to that?
Hypothetical situation are unreal situations which is not real, actually.
Okay, it's something that could happen, but maybe hasn't happened. So if I present you with a hypothetical situation, I'll be asking you a question. What would you do in this situation? And then you would answer by saying, well, I would do this or that. So it kind of gives us a chance to use that English construction of I would. So let's take an example, and we'll start with Eva today. Now, Eva, if you had only 24 hours to live, what would you do?
It's a good question. Probably I would do a travel of the world because I would. This is my dream to see everything that I can in my life.
Okay, so you would travel as far as you could in the 24 hours.
Yes.
All right, very good. What about, let's see, how about Juan? What about you? If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do?
Maybe I would be with all my family and my friends.
Okay, very good. So how would you accomplish that? What would you do? How would you get everybody together? Where would you have a party, maybe?
Yes, maybe some fun. Yes, a party is good.
Okay, and get them all together. Enjoy your last 24 hours.
Yes.
Very good. Let's see now. How about Elisa? What about you?
I think I will prepare my suitcase.
Okay.
I don't know. Go out hanging around with my friends.
Okay. You'd spend your last day with your friends.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Let's see now. I'm going to give another question to Paco. Paco, if you were at work and someone's underwear was showing, it was sticking up, would you tell them?
Men or women? Teacher?
Paco? I think here he's having some technical difficulties. I see two Pacos in my classroom.
Oh, yes. Must be.
Okay, we'll come back to him. Hopefully he can get that sorted out. Let's pass that question on to Mauro.
Okay.
If someone's underwear was showing, would you tell them?
Well, I am very polite. Well, I would tell him or her that it's not a corporation policy that you go in underwear, but well, I would act with polite way. No, what do you think? Would you like to bring some clothes?
Okay.
That, well, I think it's a way to not offending other people. Well,
Okay. I get it. You want to be tactful is the word
yeah,
you use in English.
yeah,
Tactful.
yeah. I don't like to attack directly. I prefer rounding round, and well, yeah. God's sake, please put you a shirt and so on.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's ask Vincenzo a question. Vincenzo, if you could be an animal, what animal would you choose to be?
Perhaps I would like to be an eagle.
All right. Would you like to explain that?
Yes, because it's a way to see in a very to have a sightseeing of everything. When we are at high in the sky, yes, you can feel very free have a feeling of freedom that's very difficult to explain, no? That this kind of feeling, yes, you can prove this kind of feeling with an airplane, but it's different to fly like an eagle and to fly with an airplane. I think
Okay.
it's a beautiful, it's a very extraordinary thing. Yeah.
Very good. So you want to get up there in the clouds and see things.
Yes, yes, yes.
Very good.
I
All
would
right,
like to
let's.
experiment this kind of flying.
You would like to experience it.
Experience it, yes, experience it.
Very good. Nice answer. And let's give one more here. We got Ismail. How about you? If you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
I would be definitely a seagull, like Jonathan Livingston book. I like sea very much, and I like freedom and flying over sea.
You like the
In
ocean?
ocean, seeing different wonderful scene around the globe is perfect for me.
Okay. Very good. Very good answers, guys. So that's just a little bit of a warm-up just to get us talking, get us going. And now I'm going to show you a picture which has to do with our first weird news article for today. Let me just share my screen with you. All right. So, Elisa, what do you see here?
Okay. An orangutango? I don't know.
An orangutan? Okay, well, you're close. It is a kind of a monkey. What do you think of this particular picture?
It has very big teeth. Teeth.
Big teeth, yes. Does
And
he look like
it's happy.
he's what?
Ah, he's doing a selfie.
Ah,
Hmm?
how do you know that?
I read on Facebook that some animals are doing selfie.
That's right. Very good. You have a head start on everybody else with this weird news story. So, maybe just to make sure everybody understands, can you explain what is a selfie?
It's a picture. So when people took a picture of, for example, I took a picture of myself, it's a selfie.
Okay, that's right. So, Vincenzo, have you ever taken a selfie?
No, never.
Okay, this is very popular now. Everybody's doing it. Instead of taking pictures of other people, you take them of yourself, and now even the monkeys are involved. So, here's the question. If the monkey took the picture, who owns the copyright to the photo? Do you think it would be the photographer who owned the camera? Do you think it would be the monkey? Or do you think that no one owns this picture? What would your opinion be, Eva?
I think the photographer do this photo about the monkey, but the monkey just touch the photographer or the machine, so maybe an iPhone, but I think so. Not the monkey do this photo.
Okay, so you think the monkey did not take the picture, or you think the monkey did take the picture?
The monkey didn't take the picture.
Did not take the picture. Okay, so then the photographer would be the owner of the picture.
Yeah.
All right. What about Mauro? What is your opinion? What do you think?
Well, it's very difficult. It's tricky question. Well, I think the copyright is on of the owner of the camera. I think, in my opinion, I think the photographer or the tourist or I don't know, but the copyright is the property of the owner of the camera, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay.
It may be, well,
It may be different, but that's how you feel.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. That's good. That's good. So let's find out, because this is the whole thing that this news article is about. Who owns this photo? So what I'll do is I'll give you a link to our news article. I'll put it here in the chat box. So you can open the news article in your own window if you'd like. Is everybody able to use the Verbling chat box today?
Yes.
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 Okay, great. So I'll just make this a little bit bigger and scroll down here. And we'll just take turns reading parts of the article, and then we'll maybe talk about some of the things that we see in here. Okay, so I've highlighted the first section, and why don't we invite Vincenzo to read this first highlighted section for us?
Yes. Somewhere in the jungles of Indonesia, perhaps fleeing a horn, or eating a banana in a tree, is a monkey who takes a mean selfie. That monkey is now in the middle of a bizarre copyright battle between Wikimedia and nature photographer David Slater of Gloucestershire, England. The trouble started in 2011 when Slater ventured into an Indonesian jungle to take photos of extremely rare crested black macaque monkeys. A curious female grabbed his camera and snapped hundreds of shots before Slater eventually retrieved it.
All right. Good. Looks like you're trying to read it off the screen. Maybe I can make it a bit bigger.
No. The fact that when you are darkening, it's very difficult to read it. When you are, underline the writing.
Oh, it's better if I don't highlight it for you.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
It's
That like that is better.
Okay, now it's more clear.
Okay, very good. So let's just look at a couple of things here, Vincenzo. First thing, I want to hear you say this word again. It's pronounced bizarre.
Bizarre, yes.
Okay, very good. And down here, where was it? Okay. Now, I'll just highlight the word here so you can see where I am. This one has that ED ending, but with this word, we want to make the E silent, so we go directly from the B to the D.
Grabbed.
That's it. Very good.
Grabbed.
You got it. Perfect. Thank you. And let's open this up to everybody. It says here that this is a monkey who takes a mean selfie. So why is this word here? Mean. Does anyone know?
No.
Himself. Do a photo himself, so the mean with itself.
Okay, it's kind of a confusing expression, but we use it a lot of ways. I'll give you another example. I'll put it in the chat box here. An example, you could say, he cooks a mean steak. Now, what do you think what am I saying about this guy? If he cooks a mean steak.
A good steak could be.
Exactly. Very good. So although the word mean, we would use it to say somebody is unkind to others. Like, that guy's really mean. Maybe if he says bad things to people. But when we apply it to something a person is doing, it makes it something that they do really well. So he cooks a mean steak. he's an excellent cook. So if the monkey takes a mean selfie, what do we say about the monkey?
He's a good photographer.
Exactly, that's it. He's a good photographer. Anybody have any questions about that?
No.
Okay. Were there any other words in this section that you would like to talk about or have explained?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is crested, teacher? Crested?
Crested. Okay. That's this word down here. Oops.
Crested.
What have I done? There we go. Crested has to do with, usually it's like something on their head, like some hair that sticks up. We use it a lot with birds.
Ah, yes.
If the birds have feathers that stick up on the top of their head, they're crested.
Like parrots.
Yeah, exactly.
Like okay.
And
crested.
Cock.
Sorry, repeat that.
Cock has a crested.
See the male chicken, the male.
Yeah. Yes.
The male.
Let's have a look at our. You see, look at our picture again, and if you look at the top of his head here, you can't really see it. But
yes, crested. Yes.
He's got something happening there up on top of his head. Okay. Let's go on to read a little bit more of our article. So we'll invite Ismail to take the next little section. You could read these two paragraphs, and then we'll drop below the picture, and you can read the next two paragraphs, okay?
Okay. Most of the monkeys' efforts weren't so good, but a few are gems, and now they are posted on Wikimedia Commons, where images and videos are offered to public for free. One grinning monkey selfie is so good, it was nominated for the best public domain photo on Wikimedia Commons.
All right, and go ahead and read the next two.
In the monkey's grinning self-portrait, she is looking directly into the camera lens, presumably smiling at her reflection. Slater apparently doesn't find any humor in what he considers Wikimedia, the organization behind Wikipedia monkeying with his livelihood.
Okay, very good. Nice job. So, Ismail, let's practice just a couple of these words. The first one we want to look at is right here. And specifically, this first letter I. We want to get that short I sound, I. Sometimes we might make it like a long E sound, E, and then the word sounds like greening, but it's actually grinning, grinning. Can you try that?
Grinning.
Very excellent. Good. You got that short I sound. Excellent. Well done. And then down here in the next paragraph, we have this word. And I know in many languages, an H at the beginning would be silent, but in English, it's almost always pronounced with that H sound. So we want to say humor, humor.
Humor, humor.
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 There you go. Very good. Nice. Okay, so I have a couple of questions for you about this section that we've just read. First of all, it's talking about some of the photos. It says the monkey's efforts, that's to say the pictures he took were not very good, but a few are gems. So what does it mean when it says that they are gems? What do you think, Ismail?
They are highly valued photos, I think.
Exactly, very good. So maybe if you've ever gone on vacation and you've taken hundreds of photos, maybe a lot of them are not very good, but you could say a few of these photos are gems. They're really good. Okay, and then down here, we've got this expression that this man, Slater, he's the photographer. He doesn't like anybody monkeying with his livelihood. So who could explain what does that mean if somebody is monkeying around with something? What's the meaning of that?
Monkeying? Behaving like a monkey?
Okay, you might think that way, but it actually has even a little bit deeper meaning.
Making joke?
Could be part of it. But if he's saying that they're monkeying around with his livelihood, so his job, so what would that mean? Monkeying with his livelihood. Anyone want to hazard a guess? Help out, Ismail? So I'll help you out then. The idea is if somebody is monkeying with your livelihood, they are, you could say, with your livelihood, or maybe they are messing up your livelihood. Here's another example of how we could use it. We could say that the mechanic was monkeying with so there's an example. The mechanic was monkeying with the man's car. Do you think that that is a good thing or a bad thing?
It is a bad thing.
Exactly. So the car will not function properly after the mechanic monkeys around with it. He wasn't repairing it, but he was actually making it worse.
Yeah.
So if people are monkeying with your livelihood, what is happening with your job or your career?
Yes.
Finished his career.
Yeah, it's affecting his career in a bad way, a
Yes.
negative way.
He'd be fired, teacher. Fired.
Okay, you might be fired.
Might be fired.
In this case, he wants to earn money from these photos. But Elisa, did you understand what is Wikimedia saying about the picture?
The picture won a Prime because it was nominated for the Best Picture.
Good. But here it says public domain picture. Do you know what that means?
It's free.
Ah.
It's free. We don't need to pay for that.
Exactly. So how is that going to negatively affect or monkey with the livelihood of the photographer?
The photographer doesn't earn.
The photographer doesn't what?
Earn?
Earn.
Yeah, take money.
Earn money. Okay, yes. He can't earn money if everybody says his photo is free. Then people can go and put it anywhere they want and print it off and sell it and all this kind of stuff. Okay, very good. Does anyone have any questions about this so far? All right, so
I have just a question with the word presumably. It's mean that it's possible.
okay. Presumably means Well, actually, let's open it up to the class. Would somebody like to explain what does the word presumably mean?
Presumably, it's something that you are not sure about.
Okay, that's right. It means likely is another word you could use. So we could say
Okay,
that.
thank
Whoops,
you.
like
Apparently.
Probably, maybe,
yeah.
in this situation. Okay, thank you.
Exactly. Good question. Thanks very much for that. All right, let's move on to the next section. Paco, can you hear us now?
Yes.
All right, welcome back.
Thank you.
We'll give you the
Lost.
chance to. We'll give you the chance to read the next section here. So that would be these 3 paragraphs.
All right. He argues the photos are rightly his. It was his effort and expense that got him to the jungle on the island of Sulawesi with his expensive equipment. He hired the guide who led him deep into the wilds, where the inquisitive monkey could grab his camera and start snapping. He has also argued that he would hold the copyright to any images taken by an assistant. In effect, the smiling Simeon was his assistant that day in the jungle. He resounded. In an interview, Slater said he has repeatedly asked Wikipedia to take the monkey photos down from Wikipedia Commons.
All right, nicely done, Paco. Great job. So, there are 2 words that have the same construct in here that we want to practice. And the first word is this one. And specifically, we want to look at this collection of letters, Q-U-I. Now, in English, we want to get this sound qui. If we were to type it out, it kind of might look like that with a hard K sound. And when we put it all together in the word, we say equipment. Equipment. Can you say that?
Equipment.
Good. Equipment.
Equipment.
Right. So we want to make sure we get that sound of the U included there. Sometimes we just go directly to the I and say equipment, because that would sound right in Spanish and in some other languages. But here we need that W sound. And you'll notice the very same thing appears in this word. We've got the Q-U-I, so we need that qui sound. Inquisitive. Inquisitive.
Inquisitive. Inquisitive.
Excellent. So let's just read a couple of the phrase. Let's just read a phrase here. Can you read these 4 words?
With his expensive equipment.
Excellent. And these ones.
Where the inquisitive monkey.
Good. Exactly. That was perfect, Paco. Nicely done.
You.
All right. So just to make sure, do you know the meaning of this word, inquisitive?
Inquisitive. I think it's. Is there there is a word in Spanish that I think means the same, but I can't explain even in Spanish. Inquisitive could be persistent or leader or.
Okay, I'll give you a synonym for it here in the chat box. And that would be curious. Do you know that word?
Ah, curious.
So the monkey saw the camera and he wanted to know more about it. So he went right up and started to touch the camera. He was curious, or he was inquisitive. He wanted to know more. So we might use this word to talk about a child. Maybe we have an inquisitive child who is always asking us lots and lots of questions and wants to know things. So he is inquisitive. Very good. Okay, so now...
Nothing to do with Inquisition.
No, that's a little bit different. Although it does involve questions. An inquisition is where somebody is being forced to answer questions.
Yes.
Like we talk about, what is it, the Spanish Inquisition, right?
Well, somehow they were very curious as well.
I guess they were curious in a way. It was a bad way, but... Okay, so the photographer, let's just ask Mauro, what does the photographer think about the picture? Who does he say owns it?
I think the photographer would think about this work is very it was very expensive for time to go to the jungle to finding out the animal, the monkey in this case.
Okay.
Well, it's like a personal how can I say a personal gift, some personal perception. I don't know how can express something, a personal gratification, for example, because he didn't receive money for that pic.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's upset because he has not been able to profit from his hard work to go to that island and use his equipment and get these photos. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, so let's go on a little further, unless anyone has any questions from those paragraphs. All right, great. So, scrolling down a little bit further, we're going to start, let's see now, right here. So we'll start with this sentence, they know, and go down to this one, shutter happy monkey. So let's invite, Eva, have you had a chance to read yet?
Yes, okay. Okay. They know I claim to hold not just ownership of the image, but copyright too, Slater says. He says he initially was given the runaround from Wikipedia, but eventually he made contact with a sympathetic editor. He didn't like the fact that this image was being voted for Best Public Domain Image at Wikimedia because I claimed it was copyrighted, Slater says. For its part, Wikimedia argues that no one owns the photo, not itself, not Slater, and not even the shutter happy monkey.
Okay, wow, Eva, that was awesome reading.
Thank you very much.
Really good. So I was trying to find something that you mispronounced, but you did so well. You're making it hard for me.
Yes?
So I'm going to ask you some questions instead about what you read. So first of all, here it says that the man was given the runaround from Wikipedia. What does that mean?
In English, I don't know, especially, but so maybe that he just ran for something to do with Wikipedia, but he didn't solve this problem with Wikipedia.
Okay, That's good. You're on the right track. Let me ask you a question, Eva. Have you ever tried to, maybe you had a problem at a certain store, or maybe a problem with
Yes.
the bank?
Yes, with web shop, and I have a wrong product, and I must to send back this product. So maybe this is a problem. And Slater has a problem with Wikipedia for the copyright things and the prices.
Yeah. So when you call the company and you say, hey, I have this problem, I need someone to help me, and then the person says, oh, that's not my department, I'll transfer you to someone else, and then you transfer and you have to talk to another person, and they say, oh, no, I can't help you, you got to talk to someone else.
Oh, yes, okay, I understand.
So that's when you're given the runaround. Okay, very good. And the next one I want to ask you about is down here. It says that Wikimedia argues that no one owns the photo, not even the shutter-happy monkey. So what does that mean, a shutter-happy monkey?
I think so, the lucky happy monkey.
Okay, we can add this to a lot of different things to make it mean that you're doing it a lot. Like the monkey was pressing the shutter a lot of times. He was shutter happy.
Okay.
So maybe you could think of something else a person is doing. Let me think of an example. If you are maybe sports happy, it means that you do a lot of sports.
Okay.
So you can add that as a kind of a construct to your words to make that idea that you do it a lot. Shutter happy.
Oh, it's very interesting.
So, very good job, Eva. Well done.
Thank you very much.
I notice Shafar has joined us in class, so I'll just say hello to Shafar. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm sorry for being late.
Nice to have you here with us. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
So why don't we have you do the next little bit of reading for us? We'll start you off right here, and we'll have you read down to here.
Okay, even though she takes a man selfie, monkeys can own a copyright. Wikipedia spokeswoman Catherine Mehler said in an email interview. It's clear the monkey was the photographer, Mehler says. Mehler found the thought that perhaps it's time for the monkey to get an agent or a lawyer.
Okay, very good. Nice job, Shafar. So we'll just practice two words here. The first one, we talked about it a bit earlier in class, but this is pronounced with a long E sound. Mean. Mean. Can you say that? Shafar? You're on mute.
Mean.
So, yeah, now try just to get that longer E sound. Mean. Mean.
Mean.
Okay, that's getting closer. Yeah, good job. So it means if he takes a mean selfie, it means he does a good job at it. He's really good at taking selfies. Now this one down here, we don't use it too often, but it's kind of a funny saying. It says that the person poo-poos the thought. Can you just say that with me? Poo-poos.
Poo-poos.
Yeah.
Poo-poos.
It's got this long O sound. So if you poo-poo an idea or poo-poo somebody's idea. What does that mean?
Let me know that.
Sorry, Shafar, could you repeat that one more time?
Let me know that. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So can somebody help out Shafar? If you say something to me and I poo-poo your idea, what does it mean?
Reject.
Excellent. Very good way to say it. Reject the idea, or I might say, "Oh, that's not true." And I'm basically telling you that you're completely wrong. So in this case, the person poo-poos the thought that it's time for the monkey to get a lawyer. It's just a joke, more or less. Okay, let's move on to the next section. And let's see now. Who has not gotten a turn to read yet? Mauro, have you had a turn to read?
Yeah, I haven't read.
Okay, so we'll give you the next turn. And maybe, whoops, you can read. Whoops,
Okay.
hang on a second. That's too much. There, how about this much?
Okay, 3 paragraphs.
Yes.
Okay, we didn't think the monkey owned the copyright. Instead, our assessment was that there is no one who knows the copyright, Mahler says. That means that the image falls into the public domain. The fact that Slater enabled the monkey to create its artwork is enough, Mahler says. To claim the copyright, the photographer would have had to make substantial contribution to the final image, and even then, they'd only have copyright for those alternations, not underlining image.
Okay. Wow, you had some tough words in there, Mauro, but you did a great job. Now, let's just practice a couple of things. I know that in the Italian language, this can be a tricky one. Vincenzo and I have practiced this before too. But both these words have the H sound at the beginning, and we want to make sure we pronounce it with the ha sound. It says have had. Have had. Can you say that, Mauro?
Yeah, have had.
Good. So now let's see if you can put it all together right in. Just say this whole phrase.
Okay, the photographer would have had to make.
Good job. That was perfect. Nicely done. Okay. Any questions about these 3 paragraphs? Were there any words you didn't understand?
Ryan, I have a question. Well, it's not a question, but I mean the paraphrase. But underlying image.
Yes.
Underline is something that above or inside or hidden the first floor, the first play, background, the foreground. You can refer something in first ground and second ground.
It's like the first layer.
The first layer. This is the best word is layer. Okay.
You could say that, or it's if something is underlying, it's something that's under the surface.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So in this case, he's talking about a photo that maybe he used Photoshop and he altered the photo.
Okay.
But the underlying image is the first layer, the original image.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, good question. Very good. Okay, so let's see now. We still have a couple more to read. Elisa, did you get a chance to read yet?
No.
Okay, let's get you some paragraphs here. Can you read this section for us?
Yeah. In attempt to make her case, Mahler used Shatter's own words against him. The photographer in question did a lot did a ton of press around the photo when it first came out, making first-person statements that the monkey did take the photo, Mailer says. Slater counters it's ironic that Wikipedia is relying on press reports in the monkey selfie debate. They pride themselves on evidence-based science and often remove evidence based upon newspaper stories, Slater says. They have no facts on this case, only what they have read in the press. Hypothetical is too kind a word.
All right, that was well done. Very, very good. Let's just practice a couple of these words. This first one here in the first line is pronounced against. Against.
Against.
Can you
Against.
give it to me again? Okay.
Against.
So against. One more time.
Against.
Good.
Against or...
Well, we would say it two different ways. Depending on where you're from, you might say against, or you might say against. Either one is acceptable, but that's right. You want that, instead of pronouncing these individually, you want to run them together, against. So that's great. Nice job there. And the other one, I think I wanted to hear. Okay, yeah, just say this word down here for me.
Hypocritical.
Okay, so once again in English we want to try to get that H sound, the H. Hypocritical.
Hypocritical. Hypocritical.
That's it, you got it. Nicely done. Okay, so now what about Ismail? Did you get a chance to read?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay, so is there anyone that we missed today that didn't get a chance to read? All right, fantastic. Everybody got a shot at it. So now let's just ask questions about the article. Paco, after you have read this article, whose side are you on? Who owns the image?
It's very difficult to say. I think the copyright must be for the photographer. I think.
Okay. And why do you say so?
He did the job anyway.
Okay. So because he went there,
he claimed for the copyright.
Okay. Very good. Now, who among you feels differently? Is there anybody here who thinks that actually the photo should be in the public domain?
Ryan, I want to ask a question as an answer, maybe.
Okay.
If somebody catch my smartphone and take his photo, himself, and what is the copyright of this photo? Who is responsible the copyright of this photo in this situation?
Okay, so I grab your camera and I take my own selfie like that. Who owns the photo?
Yes.
That's the question.
Legally. Legally. And I don't know the legal issues, but the answer of this question, I think, solved this problem too.
Okay. So based on what we read in this article, what do you think about that, Eva? Who would own the picture?
Who would own the picture?
Yeah. If I took Ismail's phone and I took my own picture, who owns the copyright?
I think so. You are the owners because you take the photo, and every situation in design and photo, as I know, the owners, who create this.
Okay, that's sort of the idea I got too. It suggests here that monkeys cannot own a copyright, but humans can. So if I took the photo, I would own the copyright. That's kind of the idea I got. Does that answer your question, Ismail?
And then monkey should has a copyright, but legally it doesn't have a right. That's why there is a public domain of this photo, I think.
That's the idea. So an animal cannot own a copyright, therefore it must be in the public domain. That's what Wikimedia is saying. So
it's a strange world.
But it's unfair for photographer, I think, because he make a lot of effort, and maybe if the photographer wasn't there and the monkey couldn't find a machine to take its selfie,
then yeah, there'd be no picture. That's true. Very true. So who knows, this might end up going to court if the photographer really wants to protect that image as his own.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a weird news item nonetheless, is it not?
Yes, yes. We live in a strange world.
Yes, indeed. So everybody, our time has gone by. I had some other news articles, but you know what? We'll do another class like this maybe next week. I also have a great class planned for this same time tomorrow. And it's going to be about superbugs and viruses. So I hope you guys can come and join me. We're going to have some fun with that. And I really, really appreciated all the hard work you guys put into today's class. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank
class.
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Have a
much.
nice day.
You
Bye
too.
bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.